Today we are at Alfred B. Maclay Gardens State Park, which is close to my heart because my neighbor, Una, her family founded this place long ago. And I'm so excited to see what secrets this place holds. What you can discover around Lake Hall: eastern cottontail rabbit, American alligator, and lots of other Florida wildlife specimens. Maclay Gardens is a mecca for wildlife and outdoor activity. There's tons of trails, play areas, and boat landing for kayaks and fishermen. Really cool area. These squirrels are pretty funny, man. Wow. Magnificent lake. Definitely know where I'm recommending for my mom and I's next fishing trip. Trying to see if I can find any alligators. There's a little area you can see one slid through. Another one. Oh, this is so cool. I'm sure during certain times of the year, blood moon eclipse, certain planetary alignments, you walk through here, it's like a portal to Terabithia. There's some kayaks. Nice beach area right here. Can't beat it. Peaceful. I saw a couple trails in the woods. Yeah, I'm gonna see what this is all about. See where this loops around to. For the people that don't know where I'm at, I'm in the Florida Panhandle, baby. We in the capital now. It's the Magnolia Loop. There have been a handful of wild man sightings in this Tallahassee area, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled. But today, we are after the gnome. There's lots of stories of little people strange elf-like beings in this area. I've actually interviewed people that have seen them in mounds and in their own house. But they say there's gnomes that roam this area. And they actually built a home for him here in the woods. And people give gifts and offerings, trying to build rapport with this forest creature. Right here looks like a good fishing spot, but man, it just low to the ground. Who's to say that our Dobby friend isn't the one here fishing or building shelters? Recent horror film was just made here as well. Please Make Sense. I was lucky enough to play a forest person in the film. One of my scenes took place in a neighboring property, but a couple crucial scenes with Mitchell Cole take place right in this park. So when supernatural and cinema cross paths, you know you'll find me pretty close. It's also following up on the story of the gnomes, because Tristan and I were just in North Carolina in the Tennessee mountains looking for the moon-eyed people, and I feel like the story is somewhat similar. Really cool to see these patches. Definitely have to keep our eyes open for ground glyphs, anything like fairy circles. Don't want to stumble into something. Might not make it out. This is a huge tree. Imagine the things it's seen and heard. It's bleeding. It's alive. Trees talk and communicate, and they walk. Their roots are all interconnected. So I love journeys like this because we are looking high and low. When you're by waterways, anything is possible here in Florida. We are also keeping our eyes open for natural predators like bobcat, mountain lion, jaguar, eastern diamondback rattlesnake, cottonmouth. I'm also keeping my eyes peeled on the trail just in case there's any impressions. Of course, there has been some foot traffic, but we'll look for anything that seems to be out of the ordinary. A lot of this moss, you guys already know, gets me going for chunks of Sasquatch hair. Gotta keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes things happen just so other things can fall into place. It's 80 degrees right now. Feel real good. Fall is coming. Winter is too. Jay McDuffie. Boy Scout group. Loud pounding in the distance, but it's artificial. Someone doing some work. Looks like somebody's playing with a wiffle ball. One of those games that they whip the ball back and forth. Just in this region is the Carabel serpent, Lake Powell monster, and of course they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon at Wakulla, which is not too far from here. Tarzan the Ape Man, Lost and Found will also take place in this region. Sometimes you just gotta read the vibes. You know, guide your mind to all the signs, to the guiding light, to the source power, where there's no such thing as ours. No sweet or sour. Just clarity. Truly, truly magical place. You just feel the warmth in your chest, but also the cool in the air. It feels like the breeze refreshes you with every breath. So you want to push yourself farther so you can soak and absorb more of this in. A special place. Here's an awesome feather with beautiful blue in it. Imagine what kitty cats see when they put their eyes on a bird. They see so many more colors and tones, textures. It's truly something special. Just like that tree ahead. It's growing towards the sky, towards the heavens. Building. Wow. These majestic live oaks have celebrated more birthdays than your oldest grandparent. Many have survived hurricanes, long droughts, and even the Civil War. Feel the texture of the bark and look for the longest branch. Signs of age and strength. Wow, now that is cool. Kind of reminds me of an octopus or a spider. Magical. Here's the map of the gardens. Gardens, Maclay House, Camellia Walk, Secret Garden, Pine Needle Path, Walled Garden, Reflection Pool, the Pond, House Walk, Lakeside Pavilion, Woodland Area, Oriental Magnolias, Azalea Hillside. How cool. What's really cool is there's actually a story of a gnome or an elf at Bach Tower Botanical Gardens as well, over in Lakeland. Huge instrument must have appealed to the little elemental. Definitely keeping our eyes peeled for anything and everything. Weird symbols, noises, whistling, footsteps, whispers, crying, giggling, laughing, mumbling, holes in trees that could open up into other dimensions. Of course, there's a lot of Native American history in this area. The glowing white wolf of the Velda Mound is nearby. Lake Jackson, which has many anomalies, including the mounds that align with the summer solstice, winter equinox, the moon and the sun. These little pathways could be made by possum or deer, or the little people. I'm already starting to hear different tones, but I know the sounds carry very far. You can hear the people racing. In the rat race. It's nice to slow down once in a while. Get away from it all. That's what it's really about. There's a wedding going on here today. I honestly thought the signs were maybe from this past weekend. So I was on a mission to, check it all. People were looking at me sideways. I tend to crash a lot of parties and weddings on my investigations, but hopefully the people remember that and they're like, hey, this weird, goofy, hippie, Bigfoot, paranormal, supernatural investigator came in, he's asking questions. They're here. Well, we're gonna stay on the trail. Heck yeah. It's crazy, a little seed can become a weeping willow. Something we kind of have to remember during all these times. We might feel small, but the impact the tree that sprouts from our life cycle. Oh, that was a nice jump by that squirrel. How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Just got done talking to the ranger. He was actually here when we were filming the horror film last week. I told him I'll try to make sure they send him a copy at the office. His name was Hugh. Really cool guy. He hadn't heard any Sasquatch stories here, but he gave me and confirmed my directions of the famous Gnome Home. So I'm on the trail of these weird beings. I'm super excited. There's a lot of vines that go up to the trees. You gotta imagine this is a playground. I recently just did a story narrating about a gnome that lived in a big tree across from a pizza place. and the door would just open up from the side, and he stood so proud. Truly something special. It's a beautiful blue barn. There's a reflection pool here. Reminds me of Eden Gardens State Park near Panama, where the movie Frogs was filmed. The lake is just right over there, and it's an awesome canopy winding through this forest, swamp, prehistoric jungle. Spanish moss is one of my favorite things. Means I'm in the right place. Look how wide this tree is. Wow. So many people have just walked right past it. Majestic. True serenity. Man, those squirrels were making weird noises. Maybe that was the gnome telling them to go. That's interesting. A woman's hair ponytail. Hairband. Gonna have to check the missing person. I'm wearing red right now, actually. So that's what they say not to do when you're hiking alone in state parks and national forests. Trying to tempt fate. There's a tissue. What's up, guys? Is the gnome home up ahead?
Yep.
Awesome.
Almost there. You're almost there.
I'm almost there. Yes. I'm the Bigfoot guy from Mariana. So
Oh,
if you ever hear about me, high and low, we're looking for them. See you guys later. They're cool people. We're almost there. And the forest just got really quiet. Wow. Keeping my eyes peeled for Keebler elves, little pixies, gremlins, ghoulies, Romeo and Juliet. Hey, buddy. I think that's a Hercules beetle. But it doesn't have the horn. Wow, look at that megalith. Imagine the house that's inside of that thing. That's magical. Those roots, man. I've had to take a couple second glances up in the tree. Looks like a gray being with a little arm around it, moving really fast. And it's like, did I just see that? Or is my mom playing tricks on me? Am I even awake right now? What time is it? What day is it? Oh, let's see it. Welcome to Gnome Home. How cool. We found it, guys. The famous Gnome Home. Talk about magical. They picked one of the most special trees here to live in. Got the mailbox, 1923. Awesome pathway. Another little door right there. Wow. Now that is magical. So I'm gonna leave a gift of the Night King from Game of Thrones. Another weird creature. And a marble. Down there. Now I'm gonna pay tribute by burning the sacred bush. How cool. Sitting here at the Gnome Home, burning one, and hear weird language coming from my left. Could have been birds, but I never heard anything like that before. See where these pathways come from the home to the water. You gotta think they get crawdads and snails through the night. Of course, there's no sneaking up on the gnomes in this forest. So them being able to swing vine to vine, definitely prime for them. Be back to the Gnome Home. We will be back. What a day. Magical place here. Definitely lots of places to hide if you're a forest creature here in Maclay Gardens. Wonder if they're attracted to vast wilderness or something specifically with the plants and flowers that come with these serene places. Guess that's a mystery that we have to just dive into. I definitely recommend Alfred Maclay Gardens State Park here in Tallahassee. The reflection pool is definitely magnificent to see. And just the history here. Alfred and Louise founded this place in 1923. Wow. Definitely could feel like being watched in this place. What a wild adventure. I'll certainly be back. Turn on the spirit box. Is there any spirits in this forest that can communicate with us today? Is it true that there are gnomes in these woods? Have they been watching me today? Do they live in the trees? Where did they come from? Do they use the squirrels? Is there Bigfoot or dogmen in the area? Is there any significance of the water, the lake? I know Lake Jackson, Lake Seminole have history. Does this water? If there are gnomes in these woods, can you make a sound? Do the gnomes appreciate their gifts? Was that weird gibberish language I heard earlier the gnomes? I hope you guys passively reveal yourselves in the video. Hope they appreciate my marble and figurine. Is there ghosts in the house here? Is it haunted? Is there any names to any spirits here? Does Alfred ever come back here? Are the gnomes more like elves, fairies, or people? Can they teleport? Is there any vortexes or portals in this area? Is there any caves? Use the back camera. Scott Carpenter and Donnie Miller. Of course, these creatures use our eyes first and foremost. So if we can trick them somehow. There's the good old bridge. time of the elf, buddy. Even Peter Pan, Link from Zelda, Dark Cloud. Say the Descent, and even Leprechaun falls in that family. I'm just a southern shamrock, trying to make my way down here in the swamp, doing what we gotta do.
I've heard sounds in that church before that I'm like, yeah, that's not, there's no one in there.
Here's the outhouse that used to have a seance symbol right on the door. You can still kind of see a little bit of it. Very interesting. Graveyard. Dang. Person with their kitty cat, that looks crazy. This headstone with the person with the cat looks wild.
It's awesome, dude. Take a look at it. Hey, over there, those headstones off towards the woodland over there.
Uh-huh.
Those stones have been there since the Civil War, I believe.
Wow.
They're very, very, I might be wrong, but they're very old.
Is that some of your family members over there?
No, you can barely even read them, this old.
Hmm. Maybe I'll have something like this in my gravestone. That's pretty wild. Very interesting. Jack and Miranda have had some Sasquatch encounters in this area too.
Like 3 years old. It's a sad one. They got a nice picture of her on it.
She passed away right before 9/11 too.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Heather.
We have lots of potters out in here at this area. The Bentleys, a lot of them. That's a really cool headstone right there. I love Andy right there. He wasn't too long ago. He was a firefighter.
Yeah, he died young too, sadly.
And then right here, funny enough, my buddy Chris. These are his family members.
Oh wow.
They're a lot of his, and they're right next to my grandparents. The register right there. This was actually who I'm named after. My grandfather Jack and his wife Vicky. It's a really cool, it's a really different headstone, you know, it's not the usual, just, you know. Yeah, no. Sorry. I'm not on anything. There's nothing down there, just ashes. But yeah, my grandfather, he was from around these parts, and she actually grew up in London.
Wow, I remember you talking.
She's a dancer.
Yeah, the famous dancer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep, Vicky Lamone.
Dang, that's really cool.
She was cool. And then right back here is my other grandparents, the Whittles, Verna Whittle and Opa. My biological grandfather on the Whittle side, or well, his last name was McClellan. He was buried out in, I think he's buried in Niceville, I believe. We rarely I've never been to his gravesite, so. But there are some really cool stories out here. Did my dad tell you that this was one of the last spots where there was big, it was a Native American massacre, not of Native Americans, but they massacred like settlers, like wives and kids. That was big, scalped them, and I mean everything.
I remember you told me of some of that story.
It was off towards that direction. There's a little, I think there's a monument over there, like a small, like, you know, in memory of or whatever.
Oh, wow.
It's been a long time. Michael did a big number on this place. A lot of stuff got damaged after Michael. Because there were a lot of, like, you know, things that people left, and, like, example like this. Let's see if we can... Oh, that's pretty.
You gotta bring the leg out.
It's buried. There we go. It's standing.
Yeah.
I did my good deed.
It's gonna fall back down.
That's a cool one with the fishing.
Oh yeah. Probably like what my dad's gonna want eventually. Hey, I'm gonna go get my backpack real quick. I just realized I left it over there.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, got a lens in there. I don't want to get stolen. That house right there that you can see through the woods. You talk about haunted. That's a haunted house.
That one?
It is occupied right now, but if there ever has been, it is that one.
You can see the chimney right through there.
Holton house.
The Holton house?
Holton.
Holt's Inn.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
This one's pretty interesting with these the star.
Yeah, symbol. It's a worship symbol.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then this one's.
I actually wasn't expecting that.
I know. And then this one's Freemason.
That's the Freemason in a
pentagram.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're gonna have to use that in a movie.
Yeah. Hey, I'm related to Nancy. I'm related. I know her.
I know her.
This must be relatively new. Yeah. My uncle probably handled this one more than likely.
Hazel Burke. The Burkes are in my family tree, man. Maybe this is where we all come together. Luella.
We used to do lots of cemetery cleanups out here, but we've kind of gotten... people come out and just into it. But this one's kind of crazy. The nature's overtaking it.
Yeah.
1925 to 2006. Good lord.
Okay.
Jack just heard a noise inside the haunted church, so now he's gonna take some pictures and let the spirits reveal themselves. I was just driving and I saw this cat freaking tweaking out. There you go. You're safe. Yeah. Good girl. You're safe. You're safe. You okay? Wow, it could barely breathe. Oh man. I saved it though. Here on the Chattahoochee grounds, where the wild man is buried. This eerie building definitely has a vibe to it.